Hey, it's me. So, it's been a bit of an absence lately. I guess, I haven't uploaded anything in like 2 months. But, yeah, to sum it up, I just wanted to kind of take a break from all this. But, after break and everything, I'm feeling pretty good. Like, after all I don't know, I guess just getting kind of burnt out on making music. But I think I figured it out. It was really just my desk setup here. I had that big TV and like I have this tiny desk, so I'm sitting so close to the TV and like trying to make music, and it hurts. Okay, but things are good now. I got a much smaller monitor thanks to my coworker Jesse, so I really appreciate that. But anyway, so my plan here is I'm going to work on this little project of mine. So every year or so I will do a year mix. And what a year mix is it it's actually really lazy. I just take all the music I made in that year and I put it into one big video. So I mean I was planning on doing it in addition to this new thing I started, I guess a Christmas themed video game remixes, but again, I'm just feeling so burnt out on all this, and like it's just difficult to make music, like so I don't know. I just kind of like stepped away from all this, but then I got an idea when I was visiting home and I was talking to my brother and everything. I'm like, I like making Mega Man remixes, right? I grew up on those games, and I, I don't know. I guess I have all those tunes stuck in my head, and then I got an idea. I'm like, okay, so I already do make Mega Man remixes. Like those are like the majority of my VGM remixes. So instead of a year mix, why don't I attempt a mega mix? Okay, you feel me? I like I already have like a lot of these remixes completed because they're basically just rehashed tracks that I'll be putting out. But what I'm gonna do in this little mega mix is I'm gonna try and do, what was it? I think 50 remixes like in total. And for the older tracks I already uploaded, but I plan on just cleaning them up, or changing out some instruments, trying out some new techniques. But yeah, in addition to that, because I've been getting into 3D modeling too, so I'm like, okay, so if you look at my latest video, the one I left like 2 months ago, that Minecraft video, if you'll notice, like the music is playing, the blocks are like animated and they're glowing and lighting up. I'm like, that was a lot of fun to make. Like I'm not gonna lie, that was actually a lot of fun because I got to utilize like both of these hobbies, and I got to use them together, right? I got to do the remix and I got to do the little modeling and animating. So I'm like, okay, why don't I do this for Mega Man, right? I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to, I mean, it would be kind of hard. Like, I imagine it's going to be pretty tough, but here's my idea. Some streams I'll work on the music, and then some streams I'll work on modeling. So my plan is to take, I don't know, I guess every remix I'm doing, right? They have an iconic stage or a level that you play through that, pretty much every fan would know about by now. And my plan is to just model that basic, like the very first screen that you see, like when when you teleport down when you start the level. But my idea is I can animate little objects in that scene to light up in tandem with the music. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like what I did with the Minecraft video, but just like an evolution of that. So I imagine it's gonna take quite some time, and I feel like I should upload something, right? I should put out something on this channel. So I figured, why not just live stream, right? I was trying to do it on Twitch before, but I don't know. I guess the majority of the people that listen and watch my stuff are here on YouTube, so why not just try to stream to YouTube? So with that being said, I'm probably just gonna go quiet until like if someone happens to stop by and chit chat. Yeah, I'll turn the mic back on. But I'm literally just gonna like zone out, work on some tracks, and maybe we'll see how this goes. Right? I don't plan to stream for long, but I want to see if I can get comfortable with this. Right? I mean, I got like a new mic set up, and I don't know. I'm all new to this. Okay, so cut me some slack. So I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna open up the little chat window on my other screen, and I did a few recordings, like a few test recordings. So I'm assuming you're watching this screen here. Oh, that's a great noise. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna work on some music, and yeah. If you want to know what I'm doing or how I'm going about my process, feel free to ask me. But no one's here, so I'm literally just talking to myself. So, with that being said, enjoy the music. So I don't know what this guy said in chat, but hello. I don't know if you're a bot. You might be a bot, so I'm just gonna shut up and work again. I forgot to mention, like, what I like about live streaming music is, like, I can literally just hit play and then look at my phone and, like, pretty much ignore the stream because you guys don't know what I'm doing behind the screen, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, no, for real. What I'm doing actually is, like, I'm just putting out a little notification to everyone. Like, oh yeah, I forgot my Twitter. I'm just putting out a notification to everyone, and honestly, what I'm doing is I'm just listening to the track. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to figure out what does it need. You know, what could be missing, what could I change. So it might be annoying to you as the viewer to hear it over and over and over again. But honestly, I mean, if you're watching my stream, that's pretty much what you can expect, unless I do a modeling stream. Then it might be different. I might talk more. I might have like music or something playing. Hey, what's up, DRN00? I don't know. I'll just call you Dr. N, right? Yeah, check it out. I actually got this pack from I don't want to talk about the music, just listen. Oh, it's DJ Rez. Yo, what up? What you been up to, man? I'm using the samples from, wait, I think you gave them to me, didn't you? Yeah, it's hype. Yo, let me ask you, have you been working on stuff with these samples? Cause like, dude, this completely changed my workflow. Like, check this out. Let me just say, hold up. I'll just replay it, but yeah. These samples you gave me are so sick, man. I can't get over it. Like, it just adds so much more variety to these tracks. Like, damn. Probably a bad example, but yeah, it's sick. I mean, okay, I'll give you a better example. I think I used it in the Pirate Man remix. It's in the older Pirate Man remix. But you can hear that synth, right? I think that was from your pack. Yeah, it's hype, man. I like this a lot. But yeah, let me bring up that other remix. It's in here somewhere. I've always been terrible with organization. Hey, it's Equalize. What's good, man? Just so you know, I heard your remix. Your what's it called? Links. What did not? Wind Waker. I heard it. I like it. I was gonna write out a long, detailed description, but I think I'll wait on that for a bit. Yeah. What you been up to, man? Yeah, this is Caustic. Let me sorry, it's hard to talk over music because like it might be normal to you, but it's loud in my ears. Just give me 1 second here. Hold on. There it is. I think this was using the old drums. Open net battle engine. What's that about? Is that Battle Network related? And no worries, Equalize. I guess I should read these comments out loud. And honestly, it's like it's too much. I'm doing music. I'm listening to it. I'm talking to you guys. Yeah, I like these samples you gave me, man. They really add a retro vibe to it, I guess. Oh, like check this out. So this is the I think it's from X2. No, I'm glad you like the drum sets, guys. Yeah, I got hooked up by this guy in the chat. This DJ Rez Dr. N guy. Sound right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, like these are the samples he gave me. Not exactly sure how he got them. I think he may have ripped them from Battle Network games or something. This is extremely loud. It's like talking. Yeah, I don't know, like, if it would be a VST. This is basically like a little program, right? Like, I'll give an example here. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just start up a new, I'll start up a new track. So, right here, so like what all this is just like, this is my template file, so it's a lot easier for me to import MIDIs. Hold up, Dr. Wright number. Oh, that's Proto Man's number. Oh, I see. And yeah, he's saying they are ripped from Battle Network, so that's actually pretty sick. It's a lot of work. But yeah, so basically this is Caustic, right? It says 13, but I mislabeled it. It's 14 tracks, right? Like I get 14 tracks to play with, so each of these can be assigned, a machine. So you got your subsynth. Like, I don't know any of this, okay? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't know any of these terms, to be honest, but like, from what I understand, these are all just different synthesizers, if you can think of it like that. The main one I like to use are obviously the beatbox, because it's, I don't know, I just love the beatbox. And the PCM synth, so this is like a sampler. So this DJ Rez guy dropped a bunch of these samples in our Discord chat. Oh, dude, trust me, without this template, it takes so long to make these tracks, or to at least set them up. Like I'm saying is, yeah, so I like to stick to the beatbox and the sampler, because me personally, like, I like finding new sounds and just playing them, like I'll show you, so I'm just all over the place here. Let's say this, for example, right, this track that I've been working on for who knows. Go to the sampler. Let's find the. You hear that, right? So, what if I wanted to change this piano to like a brass instrument? And of course, you can't do it. I'll give you a better example, just a sec. This is a terrible example. So let's say this, right? Burst mode. Say I want to change this to like an input brass. I don't know, in my opinion, the sampler is really powerful when it comes to making stuff. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, I would definitely recommend Caustic, especially for beginners, because it's just so easy to work with. But yeah, so like I was saying, I'm gonna open up a template file. I'll import a MIDI, so I tried my best to organize all this, but it's pretty bad. So let's find a track from, I don't know, MEGAMAN 7, right? Because it's like one of the first games I played when I was a kid. Yeah, so exactly, that's what the sampler's doing, right? That PCM synth is, you can take, like, so, just to give you a good example, so you basically load in samples, like wave files, into each of these slots. You have slot like 1, 2, 3, I think it goes all the way to, well, okay, it says 22, like, but that's just because there's no sample. It's basically all these keys. So like that's 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, however many keys it is. So what this thing does, like it's so powerful, is that each of these files that you're seeing here, they're already mapped. Like each of those wave files are already mapped to every note, and like, you know, like with the proper range and every. Oh, let me just use a piano. Okay, that's probably a better way to show it. So like, I like again, I'm not sure exactly how all this works, but it seems like, so yeah, slot number 1, it has the certain sample in it, which is this. And I guess, like, again, I don't know any of this, man, but like, they find the root key of the sample, so I guess it's E2, and then they say, okay, so from this range, C1 to G2, which would be, again, I don't know. But what you're doing is you're basically saying for sample 1, play it within the range of C1 to G2, wherever that may be. And yeah, so that's these instruments. I don't know what you call it, like what the file would be called. They're called .pcm synths. But what this guy did, this proto blues guy, Dr. N, is he made a bunch of SF2 banks, I guess they're called, and it's I don't know. Again, it's hard to explain, but like if I click on drum, I load up all those samples. Again, it was all like he mapped it or something. Like I don't know the exact technical detail, but basically this sampler just lets you play with a bunch of different sounds. Anything that you can find, you could just throw it in there, and like you saw, like just live, I could just change out the instruments. So yeah, let's find the track to remix. It's basically a MIDI library, and yeah, he mapped them. Yeah, I think he's probably a better guy to ask, but yeah, I mean, it's. Yeah, I think I downloaded the newest version some time ago. Okay, maybe not 7. I don't know. I'm just trying to think like what track do I want to remix? Because I've been remixing a bunch of them, but I don't know. Let's try. Man, I suck at this. What do I want to remix? I don't even know. Oh yeah, that's great. It barely shows you. Let's do Flame Mammoth, okay? Like I'm familiar with the track, and I've only ever used samples for percussive instruments. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure about the technical details, but it's, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. That's all I can say. So, moving on to this template file, what I'm gonna do is, because everything's already kind of named, like a drum, bass, lead, string, a pad, synth, and then I got lazy. So these instruments just like, yeah, I don't want to get too into it, but basically I have these instruments just so I can hear what's being played. Because when you normally load up a PCM synth, it's blank. You don't hear anything. So if you just try to import notes, yeah, you like Flame Mammoth's theme, huh? It's a sick theme. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know why I'm explaining all this. I mean, let's just get into it. Let's just remix something. So take Flame Mammoth. I'll find the drums. Like luckily, these MIDI files are already named, so I don't have to do a bunch of guesswork, and this really helps me out. So I'll take the drums, and I'll map it to my drums track, and I can choose to rename it however I want. Right? I mean, yeah, I suck at spelling, but you get the idea, right? So what I like to do is I'll take the drums, the toms, because I know they're part of the drums, and I'll just put them on the same channel. And then slap bass goes to bass, fretless, I guess, I don't know, I'll just rename that to fret. So, like, here's another thing. So, you have in these MIDI files mains and delays. So, I personally like to control the delay, like with my, with my DAW. So I don't typically import these notes. From my understanding, all they are is just the main shifted over a few spaces to, you know, give that effect of having that delay. But anyway, I ignore them. I just import the mains, I guess you would call them. So as I import them, I like to just rename them just so it's easier to understand what is what. So yeah, and I'm not too worried about like if I'm putting an overdriven guitar in a string preset, because I can just swap them in and out. I mean, they're only there just for just to get things started, right? That way I don't have to load up every machine and then load up the sound for the machine. It's all just ready to go for me. So I'll put that on synth, call it Pulsa. So the cool thing here is I can just take this, replace it with a saw synth, and then say I want to map these notes to this machine, right? So let's hear this. Let's just hear it as is, okay? It's gonna sound pretty bad, so I'll turn down the volume. No, don't worry about it, man. Yes, this is horrible. You're not distracting me at all with these questions. I think it does, yeah, so your question about does the MIDI file also have velocity values? So if I zoom in here, you'll notice that some of these are darker than the others. So like this is the downside of Caustic, is it's very basic, man. Like if I wanted to know what that value was, I'd have to click and hold it. So you can see that 90 up there. So you notice how these notes are darker, these ones are a bit lighter. So what that indicates is that this MIDI was imported with the velocity values on these notes. So it really, like, I mean, as much as I want to take credit for like the majority of these remixes, this is pretty much my process. Someone did all this work for the MIDI notes, and all I'm doing is taking it in and rearranging it or adding some sounds to it. So it's, I don't know. Anyway, let's get on with this. You see how bad that sounds? Like it's pretty bad. So what I like to do is, as it's playing, I'll change it out live just to get an idea of what it sounds like. So I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect on first pass, right? But it's just trying to get it to sound pleasing. Right now it sounds kind of weird. So one thing I want to discuss is, you'll notice I have a bunch of these instruments, but not all of them were mapped, right? So how do I figure out what needs to go? So it's very simple. Sorry, I can't listen to that and talk. It's bad. So what I do is, I'll come down to this last page here, my sequencer, and I'll go to these are all the instruments, all the machines that have been loaded up. So I just go through them, come here to this middle menu, and I select all the notes. If the delete button is highlighted, that means there's notes on the page. There's notes loaded into that instrument. Honestly, MIDI files are great to use as a foundation for a piece. I enter in notes manually using sheet music, which is really no different from having the computer do it with a MIDI file. No, dude, like, I have mad respect for how you do your music. It's like, I always felt like mine's kind of robotic and mechanical, but yours is really organic, man. You put in a lot of time for it. So yeah, I can't imagine, like, I honestly cannot imagine using sheet music and entering in like manually, because I'm just so used to like what you're watching me do right now. So what I'm saying is, basically I'm asking, how do I know which instruments to clear up? Like, I probably don't need number 8, right? Maybe I can replace it with a beatbox and then start making, like, you know, beats. But yeah, so what I'm saying is, I'll come down to the sequencer and I'll check every instrument. We just check the drums, we'll check the bass. Oh, okay, delete, move on to the next. And gradually you'll see, like right here, And I double check, right? I'll click none just to make sure nothing is highlighted. Then I'll click all again. And I noticed that the delete's not highlighted, which would tell me that there are no notes loaded into this machine. Vibraphone, not phone, phone, because again, Caustic has a limitation. I couldn't type the whole name. So what I'm going to do actually is I'll remove Vibraphone and I'll check the next one, pad. Nothing, so I'll remove pad. And this is how I gradually start cleaning up and organizing the track. Then I can figure out, like, for example, like, I'm going to keep the drums, I'm going to keep the bass, the distortion, because, like, those are, those are, like, the core elements of the track. But everything else is fair game for me. I can add extra drumming, I can replicate these notes into another machine and bring them in at a later time, like, through automation, like, automating the volume. But, yeah, like, honestly, as much as, well, probably, I'll just stick to my routine here. Let me just check real quick. As much as I rip on this app, though, this Caustic app, it's surprisingly, like, fun to use. It's not as advanced as FL Studio, and to be honest, like, I'm still, like, I have it now, like, I bought it and everything, but I'm like, something about it just turns me off. I just can't stick with it long, but I'm gonna work through it, because I know FL Studio is really powerful, and I know it's probably a lot more, I don't know, I feel like I could accomplish a lot more with FL Studio as opposed to just what you see here, 14 tracks. So anyway, let's get back to the remix. Like, even when you just put in your snare, it made a huge difference. Yeah, like, that's what I'm talking about, man. These are all just presets that I've come up with. Like, if I like it, like, if I like what I'm doing, I'll tweak this, tweak that. I like to just save it as, like, a new one. You get what I mean? And then I know it's like the next time I work on a drum, I can just load up that preset and I know it's gonna sound, decent at least. But yeah, let's get back into this. So I'm in pattern mode, so nothing's gonna play. And just to touch up on that real quick, this is my pattern. Like, these are my patterns. So 1 to 16 for A, B, C, and D. So if I, like, just real quick, I'll show you. If I did something like this. I don't know what's that, like, that's not making any sound. But anyway, I would come down to this pattern mode in my sequencer. So I would basically just fill in these patterns. And, like, that's how I do my own music. But when it comes to remixes, it's a mixed bag. So if I'm rushing them, where I'm just changing out instruments and doing effects, I probably won't add many patterns, except maybe extra drums. If I ever get around to doing those. Actually, I have a good example. Let me, because I don't want to overwrite this template, I'll just quickly save it. If I remember it, what was it, Coldman? Yeah, so. Around here, you can see I added an extra drumming, right? So, yeah, I'll just skip forward here. What I mean, so that's one aspect of how I do remixes. I'll just swap out instruments, right, and just add my own little flavors to it. Other times I will do, I don't think I have it with me. Oh yeah, I have it right here. So what, like, all of this, so what I did was I went into those MIDI notes, right? Cold Man, one of my favorite songs. That sounds dope. I appreciate it, guys. Like, I'll probably go back and start remixing that just because you guys like it. I mean, it is a good song. I just wanted to touch on something very quick. So, it's tedious. Like, trust me, this is the biggest downside of Caustic. But those patterns I was talking about, well, not these ones. Their limit is basically 8 measures, 8 bars. I don't know what you would call these, but from here to here, that's pattern A1, and then 8 to 16 is A2. You get the idea, right? So what I do is I'll go through every instrument and start chopping it up. And what I'm doing is I'm able to put different parts of the track at different points. I can put like the middle part of the track at the beginning. Like, you get what I mean? It's just a lot more work to do. Because you're basically taking those notes, like the tracks to each instrument, you're just chopping them up, right? A ton of work, but I mean, it pays off. Yeah, I'll go back to Cold Man and see what we can do. So I think these were those Battle Network drums that I don't know what to call them, Dr. N, DJ Rez, Proto Dude, Proto Man. What do you mean, what's about? Remixing? Yeah, chopping up the patterns and then rearranging them. It's a lot of fun once you get into it. Yeah, straight up, man. So right now I'm using a drum set from his, I don't know, Battle Network kit. But right away I'm just gonna change it to yeah, like this is what I like about Caustic, man. It's just fun to play with. Yeah, I don't know, I got like nothing to say right now. I'm just like focused on the track. Like, what can I do with it? And yeah, that's the one downside of working with just MIDIs is don't really know when it's gonna end, so it makes for pretty abrupt endings. But you can clean that up. That low pass filter sounds excellent with those powerful drums. I honestly forget that using filters on drums is a technique that exists. Oh, for real, man. I see, like, I'm working on so many tracks at once. It's hard to keep track of like there's a technique I want to show you. I think it was on Shade Man. Basically, what I do... No, it's not here. Let me just find it. But like, what I'm explaining... Okay, I'll just play something while I explain it. I take the drum, okay, and I'll add 2 effects on it, because I'm allowed max 2, but I'll add what's called a cabinet simulator, which I guess is a preamp. I'm not sure. You can hear like the drums are getting a little bit beefier, but check this out. A multi-pass filter with the low shelf, raise up the gain, and then to get rid of that ending tail noise, you just turn down the resonance. And now your drums are really kicking, you know what I mean? They sound a little bit muddy, but you can clean it up. See, like now they're like really, I don't know, open, I guess. It's like a deep punching sound. Yeah, dude, like it. I don't know. It's I can't remember where I picked it up from, that technique. I think it was that BusyWorks Beats guy on like with FL Studio. He talked about raising the volume in your preamp or something. And, I don't know. So he used a multi-pass filter. And what was the other effect? So that was a cabinet simulator. I guess that's called a preamp in FL Studio. Sorry, it sounded like, I don't know, this track's kind of weird, but yeah. So I think the equivalent is a preamp is what you're looking for. I think you can find it in your FL Studio. I can't remember the menu name, but it's somewhere in that wrench icon. Like when you open up a sample, it's in that wrench icon. It's called like preamp. Just turn up the volume. Yeah, no worries, man. Check this out. This is the final boss theme preamp. I'll have to learn more about them. Yeah, if you look up BusyWorks Beats preamp or cabinet simulator, I think if you look up BusyWorks Beats preamp trick or something like that, he'll explain it. But it's a really good technique because, like, from what I understand or how it was explained to me, is you're raising the volume of the kick before it goes through all the processing or something. So you're not actually getting into that clipping region if you were to do it from your mixer. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but from what I understand, the signal flow is like it'll go through the machine first, right? So you don't want it in the red, and then I guess it goes to a mixer where you can control it further. So anyway, from what I understand, you're basically just controlling it before it reaches the mixer, and yeah. Anyway, so let's just listen to this track. And you'll have to forgive me if it's kind of loud or screaming, because I basically didn't have access to my stuff here. Or not over the Christmas break. I just took my laptop and I was working on these tracks. But again, I didn't have my headphones, so it's kind of hard to judge how loud everything is. But yeah, that's what the point of these streams are. Basically, just going to be going through and mixing and try to clean up these tracks. But a lot of the work was done over Christmas break. BusyWorks Beats is a great channel. Kind of weird, like I'll admit it is kind of weird, but I like it. My biggest problem with remixes is like I can never add enough variations like after the first loop, you know what I mean? I mean, I guess I can sometimes, but it's just so much work to do. I mean, especially in Caustic, because this piano roll is not the best. Like, I'll be straight with you. FL Studio just has, like, dude, I can't even use keyboard shortcuts. I'm literally just using my mouse to click everything. Anyway. think I want to work on something different, like something new. I keep coming back to the same tracks, and it gets kind of old to listen to the same stuff over and over. But this track, I added a little bit of my own stuff to it, but still relatively the same. I'm gonna change it up. Like, I've been working on like high energy stuff for, I don't know, for too long. I gotta change it up. So this is a remix of Sting Chameleon Stage, and like you'll notice like there's a lot more effort put into this one. So just take a listen to it. Yeah, I'll show you some tracks that I put in my done folder, which means I'd probably work the most effort I put into these tracks. So again, you'll see all these different patterns I laid out. So I basically went through, chopped up the track, and rearranged it a little bit, and changed out the instruments. So yeah, this is Metal Man. It's not lo-fi. I don't know why I named it that, but it's Metal Man Stage. So yeah, take a listen. I like those coral pads and supporting stuff. Nice degree of ambient spaciousness. Thank you. Yeah, like for that remix, I tried to slow it down a lot, like make it different. Same with this one, right? track just doesn't end. A 3-minute track. I'm gonna switch it. I don't think it's almost done anyway. Yeah, it's enough of that. So, yeah, right now I'm in my done folder, which means I basically put the most effort into these tracks. Like, there are a few that I've already uploaded, like, on my channel, but I have to find them and put them in this folder and figure all that out. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna go through a bunch of these. I guess I'll show you the Storm Eagle one. So I'll show you the current progress I have with it. So it sounds like this. I love this gentle hip-hop shuffle. Yeah, thank you, man. Like, when I'm really into a track, I'll just work on it like that, you know what I mean? But if it's something like this, I'll just do an instrument swap. I mean, it's still Storm Eagle stage, right? I mean, nothing really changed about it. But what I did try to do was do a little bit of a like automation kind of thing or change up on it. So it, yeah, I'll just play it. So just hear it, and it's supposed to sound kind of bad on purpose. I'll just show you these knobs. So these are all automated, you'll see. Kind of hard to explain, but yeah, just maybe that's a better way to show it. So yeah, with this track, what I was trying to yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So the other one was just a flat out, like, you know, just change out the instruments, do a bit of mixing, right? Am I gonna post this one? Yeah, I mean, so what I'm planning to do is I was planning to clean this up, or, you know, work on it over and over, but okay, here's the deal, man. Like, I guess I should make like a YouTube post or something, but my Google Drive link, that folder, that VGM folder, yeah, that's going away because apparently 100 gigabytes of storage on Google Drive is not free. So I think sometime like January 20th something, they're gonna remove it. So anyway, to cut it short, what I'm planning to do is in my Discord channel, I'm gonna make a separate channel and just post my VGM remixes there. And actually, yeah, so because I'm putting so much effort into a bunch of these, what I'm planning to do is put them out, like, once all 50 tracks are done, once the video's done, once everything's all tied up and wrapped up, what I'm planning to do is just put these out on Spotify, because I feel like it's just much more convenient than finding my YouTube video and, you know, like, some people watch it on their phones and draining your battery when it's probably just easier to stream all these remixes as opposed to using my poorly organized playlists. But yeah, I guess I could I could post this one up as is. I mean, I don't see why not. But in my opinion, it just sounds a little bit too bland. But I don't know. I don't see why not. I could always upload it. Not a big deal. But yeah, just to touch up on that transition, what I was trying to do was I can't really see it here, but what I'm doing is these are all the MEGAMAN X1 instruments. You get me? So what I tried to do was like on the second part of this song where it repeats, I bring in the X1 instruments. Yeah, my intention with that remix was to kind of pick up on people's nostalgia for, like everybody knows what Storm Eagle's track sounds like, right? I mean, it's the most iconic track of the series, but yeah, in that transition, I just wanted to make it sound kind of like 8-bit, kind of muddy, and then have that sweeping transition to give you that old school feeling, you know what I mean? I say if you have some details to add or some polishing to do, it'll definitely bring this piece to the next level. Yeah, dude, and like that's the whole point of me streaming these. Is like, I figured streaming is a good excuse to actually work on these tracks. You know what I mean? As opposed to just putting it off or being like, oh, like I'm tired. I'll do it some other time. At least when I'm streaming, like, I'm not just sitting here bored out of my mind, right? I'm actually doing something and sharing my process, right? And yeah, so. This is the X1 title screen theme, and again, I put some effort into it, but yeah, I'll just listen to it. So here's my honest opinion on this track. Like the drumming, it's different. It adds something different to the track. But the instrument choice, kind of bland in my opinion. Like I feel like it needs a little bit more work on it. But yeah, compared to the original X1 title theme, I'd say this was quite different, right? And if I really like a track, yeah, I'll just work on it like that. I'll just spend hours coming up with patterns or changing out instruments and trying out different automation effects or putting on new effects. And yeah, but some tracks are just like this is a good example. This track was mainly just an instrument swap. I just used those Battle Network samples that guy gave me. that DJ Rez, it's not that guy. And what I did with this track is I just added a little bit of my own drumming to it, but I feel like it turned out great. There's honestly no need to. I'm like raising my voice so loud. There's no need to chop it up and work so hard on it if it just sounds fine the way it is. You know what I mean? Speaking of which, Equalize, have you ever thought about streaming your process? I mean, honestly, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's actually kind of fun. Yeah, you get it, man. You get it. Like, the drums had the most effort put into them. But those synths were just quick swaps, you know what I mean? Not much effort put into it. Even this track could use some work, like. And I remember why I use those battle network sounds. So sometimes my little presets don't really work with the track, so it's always good to have more options, you know what I mean? Like, I think it was this one. Nah, it's not important. I'll just find it again. Oh my god, this track's too intense. This is Zero's the intro theme from X4. Oh, thanks, Raz. Honestly, I thought about it for quite a while now. I feel like it'd be boring to do this so much. Not really. I mean, it's less about watching the guy make music, more just about chit-chatting with him, you know what I mean? Like, you know, hold up, check this transition. It's like this, the sweep, I automated this to raise up, which you can see here. No, it's not important. No, like I was saying, I don't think it would be tedious at all to watch. Maybe in the summer I really do want to, but time is also a constraint. Yeah, no, I feel you, man. Just a question. I mean, if you're busy by, like, you know, handling your stuff, right? I'm not trying to, like, tell you what to do, but no, honestly, I think it'd be interesting to see your process. Just having you chit-chat on camera and go about your process, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I was saying, like I've sat in streams where I'm not even interested in what the guy is playing or doing, and literally just there to chat, you know what I mean? Kill a few minutes or like kill an hour just chit-chatting with someone. Sometimes you don't even like Void Money's streams. I'm too busy with the open net battle engine. Oh shit, man. I mean, I don't know. I think you could try and make a little bit of time, like just, I don't know, 10-20 minutes, maybe half an hour, but again, I know everyone's busy. Everyone's got their own things going on. So, okay, this one just played by itself. This is Storm Owl's theme from X4, and it might be hard to understand like how the tracks changed if you've never really heard the originals, but I don't know, this is like a really different take on Storm Owl's theme. No, I really appreciate it. Knowing that it wouldn't be super productive definitely makes it less daunting. No, exactly, dude. Like, I thought I would just be like robotic and like pumping out remix after remix, but really it's just actually just kind of nice to chat with people. I don't know what I was on when I made this track. It was just so different. You don't have to listen to all this. I mean, you pretty much get the gist of it. Is this the... Yeah, this is X's intro from X4. You'll notice I do a lot of like X4, Sun, X1. Those are the games I grew up on, right? Yeah, X's intro theme from X4 is fuck, man. It's just... Listen to this, it's hype. I'm not saying what I did, but the composition. I could swear the sounded better before. No melancholic, yeah. It's a different feeling for sure, man. It feels like urgent, but Yeah, these drums sound so flat to me. Oh yeah, and then I tried to add this little ending section. It's terrible. I gotta rework this. But I'm gonna try and do some. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is bad. Yeah, so like I was saying, I'm actually interested now because I have those Battle Network samples, so I'm gonna try and remix it in using that kit. So you'll notice I like scrolling through every track and trying to look at the volume. There's a better way to do that. Just come to the mixers. Then I can figure out what sound I want to change like at a glance. You get what I mean? It's like that's got to change. I'm not gonna lie, I think this sounds bad. I think this sounds a lot worse than what it was before. But I'm just gonna save it because, I mean, why not, right? Maybe I'll come back to it, maybe I'll have a change of heart, maybe I'll like it. But for now, I'm just gonna move on to something else. But yeah, X4, like, X's intro stage is just, I don't know, I think it's one of my favorite intro stage themes, to be honest. It's just so melancholic, like DJ Rez just said. Blizzard Buffalo stage. This is a good one because as you can see, I did not put a lot of effort into it. So let's do it right now. Let's clean this up and see what we can do. First things first, I'm just gonna go through every instrument and check if I need it or not. If there's something loaded into it. So I have a hunch 8 to 13 are empty, but I'll just check real quick. Yeah, okay, so just get rid of these. I don't know what this is, but I'm just gonna replace it with something. Just so I can get an idea of what it is, right? I think 7 has stuff on it, yeah. Okay, so I just love that bass sound, man. I don't know. I think I've used it in just about every remix that I've been working on here. For real, that bass is so nice. I know, it's so punchy and so like... It's just amazing, man. Like, what a few, like... I was getting kind of burnt out with my samples, right? It was like, yeah, it all sounds the same, it's kind of boring, but ever since I found that guy's Battle Network kit, I've been like... I don't know, it just changed up how I make music now. It's just so fun. I can mix what I've been doing traditionally, and I can also mix it with traditional chiptune 8-bit sounds. And it can be easily heard even on small speakers to that nice high-end twang. I think it's, I'm not sure, I think it's like a Sega Genesis bass. My pleasure, yeah dude, props to DJ Ryzen, DRN000. This guy's amazing, man. I didn't even show you guys the effects yet, so that lead instrument, okay, let's call it... I gotta find a better sound. Let me just clean this up a little bit, then I'll go through the effects. I don't like that noise. I gotta change that up. That bass was used in Battle Chip Challenge. Oh, sick. Some of these sounds I can recognize, like in the Battle Network 6 folder especially. Those are some recognizable sounds. But... oh, it's kind of cool to know where those came from. I never really played Battle Chip Challenge. Is it any good? If I remember right, it was like kind of like an auto battler, wasn't it? I don't know, I've only played Battle Network. I haven't even beaten 1 or 2. I started on 3. It's quite fun on phone. Oh shit, I might have to check that out. Is it kind of like traditional Battle Network? You stack your folder and you have the battle gauge and all that, load up chips? Like, how does it work though? I mean, like, if you're not controlling your mate, 3 is the best. Oh, dude. 3 was my jam back in the day. I was way too dumb to actually appreciate it. You know, I was like a little kid, but when you look back on it now, the endgame content for that game is just massive. There's so much you can collect in that game. Compared to 4, it's like, just use a GBA emulator. Okay. Well, it's turn-based. Interesting. I'm gonna get rid of this echo because, well, I want to add the echo myself and it's kind of annoying to have it in there. Turn-based Battle Network game, that's interesting. I think I've seen clips of it before, like I know it exists, I just never really played it, so I wasn't really familiar with how it plays. But yeah, dude, 3 was like I remember I was a kid when I got like my GBA, that SP one. First game I got for it was Battle Network, just because of like, I don't know, it was so different, right? Like it was just so, it was kind of like Pokemon to me, but you know, like Mega Man, so I was like all over that. I said I was gonna clean up that track. I kinda got bored of it. That's basically what happens with me here. It's work on something, switch to something else. So yeah, again, you can see this track was barely worked on, so let me try and fix it. Wow, it's a lot of space here. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Lucky for me, this isn't too. There's only 5 tracks to work with. It's actually kind of nice. I'm sorry, I cannot stop using this bass. It's just that good. I'll just play it from the beginning. I need a deeper string noise, so I'm gonna use these K strings. You hear that? Deeper than that quartet. I got an idea. What if okay, I'm gonna swap the block with the piano. So no, that lead needs to change to something else. Maybe a quartet. That sounds kind of weird. So I'll show you, like, I mean, may as well show you now. I'll show you an effect I can do on this. Come here, go to auto pan. So if you're wearing headphones, it might sound weird at first, but basically, this instrument, that piano noise, is gonna travel from the right to the left in your ears, and it's gonna do it slowly. Hear that? That's auto pan. Basically what it's doing is it's using this pan knob, and it's just, see, like you can see it here. It's really loud, but it goes from left to right, like left to right, so it's a cool effect. I'll just save this as, yeah, why not, just save it as this. No, go ahead, man. Do your own thing. I don't expect you to watch and listen like the whole time, right? It's good to see you. It's good to have you in the chat and all that. But yeah, if you're busy doing your own things, by all means, man. Oh, you like that one, eh? The Shade Man remix? Yeah. I like to do a blend of like, I guess, yeah, like a more intense kind of sound, but with lighter elements and a bit of chip into it, yeah. It's kind of cool how it ends. It kind of just like fades out and delays. So I'll show you some of the scrapped music that like it's not much, but these are the tracks I literally just kind of gave up on. So yeah, I might be able to work on this, but you already know what bass instrument I'm gonna use. I'm not really feeling this track, to be honest. Just move on. I think Frostman I gave up on pretty quickly. Some of these tracks are hard to work with, to be honest. Like, they have so many... I might be able to work on it. Like, I don't know, there's just so many elements to it that... I don't know, sometimes I can't work on it. I don't know how to explain it. It just sounds like it just sounds like the beat's stuttering and it's trying to catch up with itself. I don't know, it just, and it's not supposed to be Tengi Man, it's supposed to be Tengu Man, but you know, I misspelled it and I never really bothered to correct it. There's a reason these tracks are scrapped. I already did a Tengu Man remix, so it kind of doesn't make sense to do another one. I don't know why there's two like different Tengu Man themes. Like I don't know why he appears in multiple games, but eh. Moving on, this is the Burner Man music, and yeah, I think I was pretty quick to like the general rule is if you see all these brown machines, these K-synths, it pretty much means I gave up on it because I imported the notes into my template, heard a little bit of it, tried to work on it, and then promptly just scrapped it because I don't know, I guess I didn't enjoy it. But here, take a listen. It's terrible. So, this is, well, what's his name? Duff McWhalen or something from X5. The water boss, okay? It's like the whale guy. I found a MIDI file that said alternate theme. I guess it was never used or something. So I tried to work with it and it does not sound like something I would want to remix. So again, another boss from X5, Squid Adler. I tried to remix his, but I've never heard about it till like a few days ago. Oh, that's interesting. How come, like, what was up with that track? It just didn't fit with the game. Oh my god, this is bad. This is so bad. Oh, don't worry about it. It's 3:15 a.m. Jesus, I'm gonna sleep. Don't have to stay up just to watch you. I'm glad you made it, but come on, man. Catch up on your sleep. Yeah, I guess it didn't fit. Someone made a liberation mission. Oh, what? So does that mean you can do them like multiplayer? Do them together? Thanks for streaming. It's really good to see the process in action. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is kind of like, I don't know, it's a weird live stream. That's like, this music is just so bad. Sorry, I gotta turn it down. No, my process is usually a little bit different actually. Sometimes I'll just be in the zone, but yeah, I guess this is just a glimpse into it. But yeah, if you gotta go, man, you gotta go. So have a good night, and I'm glad that you made it out here. I gotta stop hitting the mic too. Yeah, I might save this track. I mean, it has potential. So yeah, you're saying we could do those liberation missions, multiplayer, hey? I'm not even gonna work on. That's from MEGAMAN 0. Yeah, have a good night, man. You too. This, I don't know. This track's from MEGAMAN 0, and I tried to remake it, but I never really played the MEGAMAN 0 games. I don't really have like strong connection to those tracks, so I kind of stayed away from it, to be honest. What else do I got? Yeah, this Chill Penguin theme. Now this one was different because like the X1 tracks I really wanted to work on and, you know, make them sound as good as I could, but to my surprise, sometimes they're just hard to work with. Let's see if I can find it though. Yeah, okay, so I added a little bit of my own composition to it, but it sounds kind of bland, so I don't know, I gave up on it. You get the idea. I mean, like, it just repeats over and over. Gates theme from X6. Now, this isn't exactly scrapped because I kind of like it, but I'll be honest, I'm not really familiar with this track because I never actually got to Gate in X6 because it was really unbalanced game and it was okay, I should have worked on this track a lot sooner because that is hype. I like this theme. Like I'm saying, like it's a shame I never really remembered this theme because I never really beat X6. It's just so damn hard and unbalanced and unfair, and there's like enemies thrown all over, and it's just it's a tough game, but like it's not tough because it's a good game. It's tough because it's not balanced. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna work on this one for a bit. So yeah, it's a nice change up from the usual same pool of tracks I've been. Oh crap! I just deleted something I shouldn't have. It's probably not that important. I mean, it's not. It probably doesn't make a big difference. Forget about it. So let's see what we got. So what I like to do with instruments that I'm not familiar with, like I don't know what C means, so I'll just put it on the piano, and then yeah, this I don't think this is a relevant sound to be honest. I think I'll just get it. This track is too sick. It's short, sweet, and like just full of energy. I like it a lot, to be honest. Like it just works. It doesn't stay too long. It doesn't like wear on your ears. Doesn't. I don't know. This is a good track. I think X6 had a lot of good tracks, to be honest. I mean, as much as I dump on the game, like the music, it was still great. Don't get me wrong. But I'll admit, like working on these tracks over and over, like it does kind of wear you out a bit because it is. I don't know. I like to make high energy music, but I guess the downside of that is it kind of just. I don't know. It just wears you down. So let's try something a little bit less intense. Oh yeah, sometimes I like to make tracks sound like almost like X1 remixes or something. But I think I've fallen into pretty much a pattern here where see, I wish it wasn't hitting like these notes here. I wish it was like a snare instead, and I'm way too lazy to go through manually and change out that sample to a snare, so I don't know, let's try a Battle Network remix. LMMS is also a DAW that's using. I've heard of it. I think is it kind of like this interface, or just like very minimal, very basic, or is it kind of like FL Studio, where it's just I don't know. I always kind of shit on FL Studio. I mean, it's a powerful DAW. Don't get me wrong. It's just getting into it. Like when you come from something as bright and vibrant like this, you know, it's all colorful, everything's all clear and easy to read, but then you go to FL Studio and it's like if I wanted to add this, I'd have to like come up here and like go through a drop down menu and then come over to the side and look, man, I do like that stuff for work, all right? Like I don't need to do that when I make music, but that's a bad mentality, and I'm working on getting out of that, to be honest. It's more like the earlier versions of FL Studio. So yeah, I mean, I've only gotten into FL Studio since like I guess 20, so that's like my only experience, but I don't know, I've read around the forums. People have say like the older versions were better, or you know, the newer ones are better, but I just want your opinion on that. Like what do you like? I don't know how long have you been using FL Studio? Would you say it's gotten kind of worse over time, or like better? Like I don't know. My main issue is just it sounds petty, but it's the skin layout. It's so dark and gray, and I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I'd just like to know what your opinion of FL is, because I've known some people who've only used FL Studio and they literally just they're comfortable with it, right? I mean, it has gotten way worse. Maybe I should get an older version then. That might actually help me out. Can I do that? Hence why I stick with LMMS. Interesting. It's also kind of gray and dark. It's not too bad. I mean, like, it's just a joke, but my main... This is horrible. My main problem with FL Studio is just all those menus. Like you see how I'm doing it here. Click here, drag something in, and then just go through some presets. Like, easy, you know what I mean? But FL Studio's like, I have to like come here, go to a drop down menu, then load it in, then like mess around with these hotkeys, and it's just very tedious in my opinion. You could, yes, but LMMS had what I wanted. Interesting. I'll have to look into it then, man, because like, as much as I like this Caustic app, I mean, it is mainly a phone app, right? It's not exactly like a desktop DAW. But yeah, I mean, I'll give it a look because I'm trying to make the transition to like something better than this, and I thought FL was the answer, but apparently not. But honestly, I haven't given it a fair chance. I mean, I think I just need to spend more time on it. This is a bad remix. begun to notice a pattern in a lot of these tracks. They're very high energy. So let's move on to an even higher energy track. I gotta find new tracks to work on. I don't know. I think I'm gonna call it quits pretty soon. It's getting pretty late, and I think I've been at this for like 2 hours now. So, why not end the night with something that I made that was not. I don't know. I'm too tired to even explain it. This is a track I've been working on since 2017-ish, I'd say, end of 2017, and yeah, it's gone through countless iterations, and there's a ton of, I don't know, different iterations, but I like this one. It's a bit older, but you know, I tweaked it just a little bit. Very close to 2 hours, yeah. I'm surprised. I usually stop around like half an hour. few things to note here. So number one, this is an entirely original composition, like that I made myself. Number two, you can tell like there's not a whole lot of variation. It's kind of like the same pattern, just played out a little bit differently. And number three, I don't know, this is an older version of the track. I was just tweaking a little bit of it. So I guess while you're still here, if you want to listen, I'll show you. This is close to the latest version of the track, but you'll see how much it's changed. Like, I think you may have heard it before. I think I posted it in the Discord. Sorry, I'm like tired right now. Again, it's the same problem. Like, you can tell there's not a whole lot going on in this track. But I'm proud of it. You know, I made it myself, so. Yeah, I think I did post it earlier. I don't know, I always find myself working on that track every now and then, so every version is the old version. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I've heard this track so many times, I'm kind of like numb to it. But yeah, I think I have a more recent version, but I don't know. I'm too tired to find it now, so I think I'm just gonna end it here. And yeah, I appreciate you sticking by me, man. I appreciate you joining and just chit chatting. It's really chilling. But I would definitely recommend, like, you know, because you also happen to make music. If you ever go live for whatever reason, just notify me, man. I would love to drop in and see what your process is, or even how you use that LMMS DAW. But yeah, I'm gonna call it quits. It's pretty late now, so but yeah, I don't know what else to say. This is a lot of fun. Honestly, this is a lot more fun than I was expecting it to be. I thought it would be kind of like awkward and nervous, but no, not bad for our first stream getting back into all this. So yeah, I'll see you around the Discord and all that, man. I'm glad you made it, and also have a good night, have a good morning. I don't know where you are, I don't know where you live, but I appreciate it, man. I'll see you later.